Welcome to another episode of Valley Girls. We're so happy you're here. So before we get stop stop it. Stop making faces at me. I'm gonna have to block your face out. Okay, I'm blocking your face and starting over.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm better.
Okay, starting over. You're not better. You're still laughing. You just muted. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Valley Girls. We're so happy you're here. So before sorry.
I didn't do anything that time.
Okay. It's okay. It's not you. Okay. All right. I got the giggles out. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. We're moving forward. Woo! We got this time. Third time's a charm. Here we go.
I'm not saying
I know.
anything.
Just I'm looking at you and I want to laugh, so I'm just gonna put my hand up so I can't see you. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't want to start laughing again.
Talk to the hand.
Here we go. Valley Girls outtakes. Take 4. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Valley Girls. We're so happy you're here. Welcome to the Valley Girls, the weekly podcast where we explore everything there is to see, do, try, eat, and experience in New York's Hudson Valley by talking to the makers, the doers, the growers, the creators, and all the unique voices of the Hudson Valley. We're telling the Hudson Valley's story one episode at a time. I'm Jenny Leifer, a lifelong Hudson Valley resident. When I'm not co-hosting Valley Girls, you'll find me talking all about health and wellness, finding the best gluten-free eats in the Hudson Valley, and giving back to the community through volunteerism and service.
And I'm Jennifer Santiago, a Hudson Valley native who has spent the past 20 years living in Texas. I'm currently splitting my time between Texas and the Hudson Valley as I'm in the process of moving back, and I'm so excited to explore and rediscover everything I love about the region, including hiking, history, and the local arts scene.
Welcome to episode 9 of Valley Girls. Coming up, we are going to talk to Jessica, the co-owner of Beans Cat Cafe. But before we get to that, we need your input. When you have a podcast, one of the best sources of inspiration and learning is other podcasts. And we are lucky to have some great, award-winning even, podcasts in the region, including Cat's Cast and Cityit.
Cat's Cast is Kaatscast, as in Catterskill. Cat's Cast is a bi-weekly series featuring Catskills culture, history, sustainability, local interviews, literature, and the arts, hosted by the velvety-voiced Brett Barry. And Cityit, which just celebrated its milestone 100th episode, is hosted by Matt Zucker and is focused on learning to live and love life in the Hudson Valley.
Cityit, which is Matt's word, not ours, talks all about his and his husband's journey from being longtime city dwellers to weekending upstate to moving full-time to the Hudson Valley. One of his big priorities is learning, as he puts it, how not to be an a-hole.
So we are delighted that we're planning a crossover episode with Matt from Cityit, and you are invited to come along for the ride. What questions or advice do you have? What have you always wanted to know about Cityit, but were too afraid to ask? What are your best tips for Matt on how not to alienate his neighbors by acting like a city person in the small hamlet where his family lives?
We will be talking to Matt in just over a week, so send us anything you want to hear us chat with him about. You can email us at contact@valleygirlspodcast.com, send us a note through our website, valleygirlspodcast.com, or comment on our Instagram. Also, if there's anything you want Matt to ask us, shoot him a note. He's on Instagram at cityit.hv. We'll be putting up a post on Instagram and tagging him on it as well to make it easy for you to find him and us. Enjoy the episode. recently, we were joking that from now on, we're just going to put out cat content. As other content producers have probably experienced, we work hard on a variety of engaging, interesting, and informative content to share with our audience on social media. And the thing that's gotten the most views so far is a video of Jen's cat Olive waving her paw underneath the closed office door. But hey, we get it because we're suckers for cat content too.
So we're going all in today with our guest, Jessica Stryka. Jessica and her husband Justin are the owners and operators of Beans Cat Cafe, which has locations in Beacon and New Paltz. Jessica, we are so happy to talk to you right meow. Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. You did it. You did the thing.
Okay, Jessica, what exactly is a cat cafe and what goes on there?
Yeah, so a cat cafe, we basically have the store split into two spaces. So the one is your usual coffee shop cafe where we have espresso drinks, iced teas, coffees, baked goods from Bella's and from like the vegan stuff. And then on our cat lounge side, which is where I am right now, we have between 13 and 17 adoptable shelter cats that people can hang out with. So these guys are all from Hudson Valley Animal Rescue. They're all available for adoption, and then people can do an admission to come and hang out with them and kind of just get their cat therapy. And like I said, for people who are interested, they're available for adoption. I think in Beacon, we're up to 576 adoptions, and here in New Paltz, we're up to, I think, about like 81, 82.
Wow. In how much time? How long have you been open in Beacon?
Beacon's been open since November 2020, so about like 3.5 years. And in New Paltz, we've been open since mid-July of 23.
Look at you starting a business during the pandemic. That was something for you to be opening in November 2020.
Good for you.
You have a delightful Instagram, which is at Beans Cat Cafe on Instagram. And then your website, beanscatcafe.com, has a little button that says, see who's at the cafe. And we have both been obsessed with looking at all of the cats. So first of all, their names are hilarious. Their descriptions are hilarious. So there's someone named Libby, who is described as being thick, THICC, and highly food motivated. And I was like, same girl. And then there is Tigreso, which his name kills me, who is described as being a big baby. Wolfie is a little spicy. Yes. Devlin is XXXXXXXL, 7 X's. I counted them. That is rude but hilarious. So how do you, are you the one writing these descriptions? And it's just so funny the way that it gives them a personality, and I love that. Is that a fun thing for you to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not the only one who writes the descriptions. It's me and my husband, and then we also take input from our staff as well. We do part-time in each store, so we're usually in each store about 2-3 days a week, where they're like 4 or 5, so it's a little. They have a better idea of the cat sometimes than we do because we're not around as much. But we like to keep it fun. Like you said, we like to show their personality. I feel like people, there's a lot of pet websites to look through. So when they come to ours and see like, oh, this one's, thick and this one's, a little spicy, it kind of gets the message across of their personality while still giving it a little bit of fun and maybe something people will remember.
I love it. I know I definitely related to some of them. I was like, food motivated, special diet. Okay, that sounds familiar. That sounds like me.
Right?
Yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then there was one that was highly food. Libby is highly food
motivated.
Well, Stubbs is friendly and food motivated. Josie, love it. Goofball is in the description, and then the picture is of her upside down with her tongue sticking out.
Yep, that's Josie.
And I love that, like, as soon as you came on, for our listeners who can't see the video, I don't know if this part will end up as a video clip, but as we're sitting here and you're petting this adorable kitty on your lap right now, I was like, that has got to be Pumpernickel, because I was obsessed when I went to your website and I scrolled down and saw Pumpernickel. So sweet, and just that fluffy face with that little skinny body, and just I love it. And the description of so sweet, I'm like, I could just tell. I just also love the little things like it's Beacon and Mew Pulse, MEW, and your cafe description of your coffees, teas, lattes, baked goods, and your meowcarons. I'm not going to
Yep.
say it right, but right. Instead of macarons, meowcarons. So yeah, just very creative. But I know that's not the point of the cat cafe, but we just love it. Absolutely.
I mean, it is partially the point of the cat cafe. It's, somewhere that people can stop in just for like even like a snack or a treat. But we also like to keep it themed, so a lot of people come from out of town, and it kind of just adds to the experience as opposed to, us just having a room with cats in it. We try and make it a little bit elevated.
So I have two cats who normally want to walk all over my desk, and today I invited them to be on the podcast, so they are completely ignoring me, as cats do. But there were a couple of the cats on your website that caught my attention because my cat Olive has like a weird cloudy eye, and my cat Zeppeli has an amputated tail. That's just how he was when we rescued him. So I noticed you have some of those special kitties on your website too. It said Onyx had a cloudy eye and Scarlet has a partially amputated tail.
Yep.
And then you have Albus and Sirius who have to go together because Sirius is blind. So I love that you have some of those special kitties and that people are willing to consider them. Also, I see that you have a few that you indicated are FIV positive. So can you tell us about, kitties with special needs and why FIV is not actually a deal breaker in adopting a cat?
So speaking on FIV specifically, it's very similar to HIV in humans. It's immunodeficiency disorder. They don't need any kind of medication for it. You basically just want to keep a little closer eye on their health because they do have that weakened immune system. But also very similar to HIV, it's only spread as an STD or with blood-to-blood contact. So all of the cats here are fixed, so they can't spread it that way. The only way that a spayed or neutered cat could spread it to another cat is with a fight violent enough that there is blood transfer between the cats. So as long as the cats are not cat aggressive, then it's perfectly safe to have them together. Most FIV cats live a long, normal life. They wind up, eventually passing of issues that every cat has. They don't have statistically shorter lifespans or anything like that. And then as far as like blind cats, we've had a few in the cafe. They get around a lot better than you think they would. As long as you're not like changing your furniture up every day, they tend to adjust pretty well and kind of learn their surroundings. And then cats with, like amputated tails, amputated legs, partially clouded eyes, they act the same just as any other cat. They're just a little special.
We're talking about the cats, but the whole idea of the cafe, I love this. The cat is like coming in front of the camera. I had mine in here before we even started recording, and now they're like, all right, Mom, I'm out of here. So yeah, I mean, but just the point of the cafe, I just love the idea, whether you're looking for adoption or not, to just come in and like you said, it's like a form of therapy to just go and sip on some tea or coffee and just sit in a room full of cats, that is a dream. I absolutely love that idea. And then hopefully somebody says, oh, I want to take one of those home.
Right. And maybe you can't have a cat. So
Right.
I had my cat Sasha for almost 20 years. And then when she passed, I was like, I will never love again. I will never have a cat again. That lasted for 6 months. But in the meantime, I still needed cat energy. And so there's a plant nursery near where I live, and they have a bunch of nursery cats. And so I found myself going there 3 or 4 times a week just to pet the kitty cats and talk to them. So, if there's somebody who's not ready for a cat or maybe can't have a cat because family members are allergic, at least you can come and you can get cat therapy, which is very good for the soul at either of your locations.
Yeah. And I was even thinking, and even the benefits for the cats. Obviously, the goal is to have them be adopted and not live in the cat cafe or the rescue forever. But that's got to be great for them to be able to have that interaction and not just sit in a crate all day or sit in the rescue, but actually have that human interaction and have that socialization, not only with the other cats, but with different people coming in and out. I would imagine, especially for the younger ones, that socialization is probably really good for them. I would imagine. I don't know. Could you speak to that?
Absolutely. So one thing that's really great about working with our shelter is they try and give us a good combination of cats who are super social and need that constant attention, and also cats who maybe are a little bit more shy and need that push to get socialized. There's one cat we had like within our first year when we first got him. He was on anti-anxiety medications every day, and he would still hide in the corner. And by the time he left, he was off the medication, and he would go up on the wall climbers and walk up to people. So they do a pretty good job of like sending us cats that kind of need a little bit of both. The community gets to come in and participate, and they're coming in, because they want to hang out with the cats, but ultimately they're still helping socialize them, and it's still benefiting everybody.
Yeah, that's what I love about that. So if we come to the cafe, fall in love with Josie or Pumpernickel, I know I keep throwing out Pumpernickel. I swear I have 3 cats. My husband is like, all right, go do your thing. But just so you know, if I come in and let's say fall in love with Josie or Pumpernickel or anyone else, what is the adoption process? Do we get to go home with the cat? I'm assuming there's an application process, takes some time. Is the process managed by Hudson Valley Animal Rescue and Sanctuary? How does that work?
Yep, so all of the adoptions are through Hudson Valley Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Like I said, we're just a big foster for them. So they do their applications through their website, hvars.org/applications. It's a pretty straightforward form. They ask some, basic personal information. If you rent, they want a landlord reference just to make sure that your landlord knows you're getting a cat and we're not going to get it back in 3 months when he finds out. And if you have pets at home, they require that they're all fixed and up to date on their shots. Especially when cats are being brought into a new environment, they're especially vulnerable to illnesses. So we want to make sure that our cats aren't bringing anything to them and that they don't have potentially anything that could get our cats sick. Usually the process takes about 2 days.
So you have a lot of cats to feed and take care of there. So if people want to help take care of some of those kitties, even if they can't adopt them, do you take donations? How can people help these kitties while they're in foster care there at Beans Cat Cafe?
So we have on our website an Amazon wish list link. If people want to, they could donate from there. We also do accept donations in the store. We're not able to take anything that's not a hard surface that's been used. So we can't take like used cat trees or used cat toys just because of contamination concerns. But anything that we could wipe down with bleach or that's brand new, any kind of cat food, cat treats, anything like that, we're able to take, and we're always very appreciative of.
So you have 2 locations. You're at 11 Church Street in New Paltz and 325 Main Street in Beacon.
Yes.
You guys are open from 9 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday. Is that right?
Yes.
So lots of opportunities to go and meet the kitties and hang out. I would encourage you, if you are not following at Beans Cat Cafe on Instagram, you are missing out because there is a lot of cuteness there. Jenny, you got somebody behind you. Is that Kenny? Kenny just jumped
there he is. You see
jumped into the shot.
Kept squeezing there at the end.
There he is.
Jess, you have a very cool job. Is there anything else you want people to know about Beans Cat Cafe or the process or anything at all about your kitty cats?
Not that I can think of. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Great. Check it out. Beans Cat Cafe, New Paltz and Beacon. You will not be sorry for sure. And we will make sure that we have all of this information also not only in the show notes, but as usual at valleygirlspodcast.com. So yeah, definitely check that out if you're interested in kitty cats as much as we are.
Come stop by.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is a lot of fun. We'll talk soon, and we'll definitely come by and visit.
Yeah, hope to see you guys soon.
Great. Thank you.
Unlike our podcasting idol and friend Matt Zucker from City It, whom we mentioned just released his 100th episode, we're still just getting started, but we are pretty proud of ourselves that next week we'll put out our 10th episode already.
So next week's episode will be supersized. We are talking to Jenny Estridge from Adams Barriger Farms, Angela Basile from Tess and James, Katie Hope from Beetle and Fred, Leah Watkins from Folk Refillery, and Enrica Martin from The Sweet Spot.
So we originally thought it was going to be an episode about staying home and being happy at home because all of these guests that we talk to have a business or a career that's some way involved with nesting and making yourself cozy at home. And we do talk about that.
We do. And it was very interesting. And I can't wait to share this episode because the conversation went in a couple of different directions. And it was just such a fun conversation with all of our new friends about self-care and not feeling bad about needing rest and taking that rest, and what our perfect days at home would be like just for ourselves. So we are looking forward to sharing with you our 10th episode next week. So be sure to tune in.
Thank you to all our listeners. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to help support the Valley Girls, please follow our podcast from our show page on whichever platform you listen from. Leave a rating and review, and please spread the word and share our podcast with others. We really appreciate your support. To stay up to date with the Valley Girls and for more content, you can find us at valleygirlspodcast.com, and you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Links to all our social media accounts are in the show notes. And you can also connect to them through our homepage at valleygirlspodcast.com. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
The music for this episode is by Robert Burke Warren, entitled Painting a Vast Blue Sky, and can be found on his album Redheaded Friend, available on iTunes and Spotify, and at the link in the show notes.